Liberty coach assigns blame after loss against Caitlin Clark. Fever. Liberty coach assigns blame after loss against Caitlin Clark. Fever originally appeared on Athlon Sports. The New York Liberty did all they could to hold down Caitlin Clark in Sunday's matchup against the Indiana Fever at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Clark, however, had other plans. In her first game back after a 5-game injury absence, the reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year exploded for a season-high 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists to lead the Fever to a 102-88 win over the defending champions. After the game, Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello got brutally honest about how her team responded to Clark's hot shooting night. According to the New York shot caller, it was her squad's ineffectiveness on the defensive end that ultimately led to their first loss of the season. Credit to Indiana, I thought they did a really good job here, Brondello said, via Michael Vopel of ESPN. We had our moments. We had that run where Breanna Stewart was guarding Caitlin Clark, but then they executed well, and we had so many breakdowns in defense. They made shots. They really punished us at that end, making 17 threes. 7 of Indiana's 17 makes from downtown came courtesy of Clark. The Liberty came into the game with a game plan against Clark, but as Brondello said, they just weren't able to execute. Clark caught fire early in the game, knocking down 3 straight triples in the opening quarter. She kept her foot on the gas to finish with 25 points in the half. Clark scored just 7 more points after the break, but Indiana held on to what could very well be their most important win of the season thus far. These two teams face off twice in 1 week on July 16 and 22, and based on her comments here, it appears that Brondello and her coaching staff will do everything they can to make sure that the Liberty are ready for Clark and co. when they take to the court again. Related, WNBA makes Caitlin Clark announcement after Fever's win against Liberty. Related, Pat McAfee had one word for Caitlin Clark on Saturday. Related, Stephanie White puts Caitlin Clark, Fever on notice after win against Liberty. This story was originally reported by Athlon Sports on June 16, 2025, where it first appeared. The air inside Barclays Center still pulsed with the echo of last night's crowd, but the locker room was silent, save for the clipped voice of Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello, standing behind the podium, eyes steely and jaw tight. "Let's be clear," she said. "That game slipped because of execution, not effort. But certain players need to understand the gravity of their roles. This isn't college basketball anymore." The target of Brondello's ire wasn't named directly, but the undertones were unmistakable, as so was the headline that soon circled every sports site in the country. Liberty coach assigns blame after loss to Caitlin Clark's Fever. The Liberty came into the matchup as heavy favorites, stacked with talent, armed with postseason experience, and buoyed by a home crowd that believed this year could be the year. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever were still finding their rhythm, driven by the dazzling but polarizing rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. Clark, fresh off a 35-point performance, walked into the arena with swagger, her logo range jumpers already rewriting defensive playbooks, and her court vision electrifying even jaded critics. But she was also a magnet for controversy. Some called her style cocky, others called it transcendent. "She plays like she's in a video game," Liberty guard Sabrina Ionescu admitted post-game, "and when you give her space, even a foot, she'll take a mile." Yet it wasn't just Clark's offense that broke the Liberty's composure. It was the way she orchestrated chaos, forced mismatches, and raid defensive schemes like sheet music. Every time the Liberty doubled her, she found her cutting Nelissa Smith or an open shooter in the corner. When they went under screens, she pulled up with deadly precision. Still, despite Clark's brilliance, the Liberty held a lead with 4 minutes left, until turnovers, missed assignments, and a controversial non-call shifted the balance.